So this is a really good question. It came in response to me pointing out that the United Nations panel on the effects from Fukushima and the World Health Organization both concluded that all of the radioactivity that came from Fukushima was insufficient to produce any measurable medical effects in any of the population to the Japanese public. And so this person is saying, well, if it's not going to have any measurable medical effects, why don't they just go back? It's a really good question, right? Well, it reflects the amount of conservatism that we have in having only extremely low radiation fields be allowed to expose members of the public. Let me put this in context. The level that the EPA would recommend evacuation is 1 rem. Now that's less or on the order of a dose that you would get for a chest or a CT scan to the hip. It's not a very big dose. The maximum that they would allow a state to have their public be exposed to before saying we recommend you have evacuation is 5 rem. Now 5 rem is a legal dose to a radiation worker. So again, it's a safe dose, but that just shows how conservative our regulations are when it comes to allowing the public to be exposed to radiation that they did not ask for, that they did not create. For example, you can go to an emergency room and get an x-ray, but you have to be willing to accept that. You go there to get treated, and that's part of the treatment, right? So they can fix the bone, they got to see how it's broken. And so when you're not asking for that, the allowable dose limits are extremely small in the United States, but it's common elsewhere. For example, Japan. And so the dose levels, again, are just too small to have a measurable effect, but they're big enough that they're easily measured, which is just demonstrates the level of conservatism that we have when it comes to radiation protection. I hope that helps. It makes sense to ask that question given the facts that I gave the first time. But let me know if that doesn't answer your question. I hope it does. Thanks. Bye.